What's going on, guys? Depix here, bringing you another squad builder on FIFA 21. What I have for you here is what I believe to be probably the best team you can get for under 50k. At least when I bought it, it was categorized as that, but now it's even lower. I think you can get it for under 30,000 coins, which I think makes this team easily the best, potentially even a 20k team that you can get on FIFA 21. So let's get into the players. Areola, overpowered keeper, 6'5". Premier League, he's pretty cheap too. I mean, he's kind of the option a lot of people do go for in their French and BPL teams because he's just overpowered. He has the stats, he has the diving, the reflexes, and the height. That's all you really need. But keepers in this game are weird, so he does fumble here and there, but he does make some beautiful saves. And our two center backs, again, two of the best cheap center backs you can get on this entire game, plus they're French and get really good links, so the fact you can get them so cheap just makes them that much better. So we have Kimpembe and Hernandez. Both are so good, and Kimpembe did manage to score me a goal. I don't know what he was doing in the box, but I think that might have been the game-winning goal there. So yeah, significant, but obviously that's not really what he does. He's not a goal scorer, but you know, for a center back to get forward and score a goal for you, you can't really complain. But yeah, he's very good. Pace is pretty decent. I believe I put a shadow on him. And physically, he has it. And defensively, he's very solid. And Hernandez, fast, great defensively. He wasn't getting bullied really that much at the back. I honestly thought he was really good. For me, Hernandez is the better center back. He's just so overpowered in this game. But they're both so great as a duo. Then we have Mbabu, one of the best, most overpowered right backs in the game. I mean, I've used a few really good right backs this year, but I would still say that Mbabu is my favorite. And then we have Kamara, who has I believe he has a card in the new promo, but this card is so overpowered. I bought him just because he was fast and had pretty decently all-around stats, but I didn't expect him to be as good as he was. He was absolutely rapid. Defensively, surprised me. Physically, he was putting work in on some of the stronger and outpacing some of the quicker wingers. And honestly, just a really big fan of him. Great coming forward as well. He had a good cross on him, scored or assisted me with a really nice cross. And Mbabu is just 100% overpowered. You cannot go wrong with Mbabu. For the price he is now, he's ridiculous. The runs you can make forward with him are great just because of his pace and his strength. He's really hard to stop on the offense. And defensively, I rarely see him get outpaced. He's amazing. Then we have Limer. For the price that you can get him for, I believe he's around 1,000 coins right now, which is pretty insane when you think about how good this damn card is, man. 85 pace and 80 defending alone is good enough to make you consider this card as a really good option for a team. But the fact that he's 1,000 coins, you really can't complain. This card is next level, so good. He doesn't do anything goal scoring wise, but I had him staying back while attacking. With the medium high work rates, he's perfect to fill that CDM role. I was a really big fan. He's just all pace, defending, and that's pretty much all you need to have an overpowered CDM on this game. Then we have Bellarabi and Carrasco as our left and right mids. They did play the left and right cam positions on this team, or the left and right mid positions in a 4-4-2. And I'm not going to show you guys the custom tactics for this team because I'm just going to say play 4-4-2, play 4-2-3-1 with this team, and just sort the team out as you would like to play with it, because really it's up to you. It's whatever makes you feel better with the team. Because I mean, really, tactics are subjective. There's no one set of tactics as better than another. It's all really what makes you feel more comfortable playing and what gets you more wins, really. So yeah, that's my spiel into tactics. I'm not going to show you guys that for this team. Just do what you want to do. But yeah, Carrasco, really good. He didn't score me as many goals as I expected him to. I was actually surprised that Bellarabi outscored and I believe out-assisted Carrasco, but Carrasco is very solid for the price. I mean, I'm surprised with the stats that he has. I mean, he's fast, good shooting, good dribbling, that he's as cheap as he is. But he's good. He has a good shot at him. He's very quick, good on the ball. I would say sometimes he felt a little bit stiffer than I expected. Maybe that's down to the balance. But still, the dribbling was very good. It could also be down to the fact that I didn't give him a chem style that boosted his dribbling, and I did that to Bellarabi, and Bellarabi felt so good on the ball. Coming forward, his finishing was surprisingly awesome. The weak foot didn't really affect him too much. I was just a really big fan of Bellarabi, and he scored me way more goals than I expected him to ever score for me. And let's look at this goal here. Great run. And then you see that pace, man. He is so rapid. And I didn't even upgrade his pace with the chem style. I believe his pace is just 90. But I've used players who are faster than him, who feel slower. Yeah, you don't have to boost his pace whatsoever. He felt so quick. I would say definitely put the finisher on him to boost that finishing and the dribbling, and you have yourself one hell of a winger. Look at the run he just made there. Great pass through and then an amazing finish. Bellarabi is just next level. I didn't expect him to be as good as he was, man. Seriously, I'm totally surprised at how good this card turned out to be. And this was in co-op here, as you see. Look at that beautiful chip over the top, and then great layoff to Bellarabi, and then excellent finish on the 3-star weak foot. That's one thing I noticed in this game too. Was in FIFA 20. If you have less than like a 4-star weak foot, that was kind of like a damning factor for a card. Like people would not want to use players with below a 4-star weak foot. This year, I think a player can get away with having a 3-star weak foot, even a 2-star weak foot. In the case of our striker, for example, who is very overpowered, who you will see soon, the weak foot is not a completely damning factor. You can get away with having a less than perfect weak foot and still get great results out of them, even on that weak foot. I'm pretty sure EA bumped up the effectiveness of shooting on the weak foot this year. And if that's the case, then I'm very happy with that, because it really does expand the range of players that we can use effectively on FIFA. And yeah, another great run and great finish from Bellarabi. This card is excellent. You cannot go wrong with him for the price once again. And the Bundesliga is filled with so many great budget options for nice teams on FIFA 21. Then our two cams of the team. Not exactly both cams in game. Llorente was a secondary CDM to Limer. Our balanced CDM, box-to-box CDM with the team with the high work rates, and then Sabitzer played our central cam majority of the time. And when I said I played the 4-4-2 and the 4-2-3-1, I lied. I played 4-2-3-1 and 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, which yeah, that was the second formation I used a lot of the time. But mostly it was 4-2-3-1. But yeah, Llorente as the box-to-box CDM, you cannot go wrong with this card. I mean, the fact that you can get a card with these stats, I mean, his stats are, in my opinion, better, more well-rounded than even Valverde's are. And he gets better nation links and really good club links too, to Joao Felix. And the fact that he's already down to the price that he's at is such a surprise to me. I mean, he can shoot, as you see there. I mean, it's not the greatest example of how well he can shoot, but he can score you goals when he gets forward. He's good on the ball, very good defending in certain situations. Physically, he's solid. I mean, he has the strength, he has the stamina, he has the perfect work rates for a box-to-box mid, and he has crazy pace for a center mid as well. So you have two CDMs who are very fast for their positions. I mean, I don't think I put a chem style on him, but if you put an anchor on Llorente, you have yourself one hell of a midfielder, even like an engine or something. Man, you cannot go wrong with him whatsoever. Llorente is amazing. Like, he's just a straight up 10 out of 10 player, especially for the price. You cannot go wrong. He's so overpowered, so good. Then Sabitzer, the one knock I would have on Sabitzer is the skill moves, because I was mostly using him as a central cam in the 4-2-3-1, but because the high work rates, the good stamina, and the decent defensive ability that he has, I usually set my central cam to stay forward, but I set him balanced so that he would come, drop into the midfield, deeper into the midfield, pick up the ball, and start attacks. And in that, he worked so well. That's why he didn't score me as many goals as maybe my central cam usually would, because he mostly played more like a center mid in that formation, but it worked like a treat. It was so good. This card is actually so amazing. His shooting was so good. His finishing inside the box surprised me with how clinical he actually was. He could also shoot from distance. His distance bangers were so good. I mean, he didn't score me too many, but the one that he did score me was a beautiful one. One of the best ones I've scored this year for sure. And look at the positioning, how he positions himself behind the defender. Perfectly gets into the spot to shoot that one-time sweaty goal. Man, this card's excellent, and once again for the price and the fact that you can get him and Limer with that perfect link for like under 5,000 coins is just crazy to me, man. And look at that shot. This card is such a good player. You have to put an engine on him. I think the engine is the perfect chem style for him. You really get that dribbling up, and you pretty much correct everything about the card that he's lacking. You get the pace up a bit, you get the long passing up, which I think he needs a little bit, and you get the dribbling stats overall up, and you have yourself one hell of a cam or center mid wherever you want to play him. He is so well rounded. You can really choose wherever you want to put him, and he will fill that role so perfectly. and Yaki Williams as our striker. This is my favorite player on the game, just hands down. He's my favorite player on the game. And right as I was using this team, EA released that Yaki Williams SBC. And yes, I did do it, and yes, I will be making a video around that card pretty damn soon. But this card, I didn't think he can get any better, really. I mean, after using this normal card, he's already my favorite player on this game. And then they decided to go ahead and release that special card, and now I'm just foaming at the mouth, man. That card, just spoiler alert, that special card that he just got, that SBC card, is insane. But this card here, I don't know how much he is now. When I bought him, I think he was around 10,000 coins. He's probably, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's around 5,000 coins now, because prices have just been going down like crazy. Like, the market's been so volatile recently. Prices have been acting up, you know what I mean? And just look at that pace, man. This card, Yaki is a striker I always seem to use on my starter squads early on in FIFA, in the FIFA cycle, and I always look forward to when he gets special cards. And man, this might be the best he's ever been. This FIFA just suits Yaki so much. Okay, heading, it's viable this year, although I don't really get too much use out of heading, but he does have it. He has, I believe, 90 something jumping on this card. That might be a little bit lower, like in the high 80s, but he's tall and has jumping. He's so fast. He is so fast. Like, I use Romelu Lukaku, and I thought he felt quick, but it's actually just because bigger framed players with pace in this game, they just don't lose the ball. They are so overpowered this year in Yaki. Look at that shot. He's a sniper too. He has an absolute laser beam of a shot, which surprised the hell out of me. I thought he'd be a good finisher inside the box. I didn't think he'd be able to bang them from distance as well as he could, or I especially didn't expect his finesse shot to be as OP as it was. He had such a nice finesse shot. He scored me one other really beautiful finesse shot. But yeah, it's hard. It's really just hard to think of what to say about Yaki, because he's just so mind-blowing. I mean, I was thinking about going for Joao Felix as my striker, which you can do. Joao Felix is another option because you get the Atletico Madrid link to Llorente, so everyone will still be on full chemistry. I just thought that Yaki would be the better striker, and honestly, even though I haven't used Joao Felix yet, I'm going to have to say I don't believe that Joao Felix has the stats, that beast factor, to be a better striker than Yaki Williams. And Yaki Williams burns every defender for pace. It doesn't matter who it is, indiscriminately, Yaki Williams will beat every defender in this game for pace. If you're in doubt, if you need a goal, you just have to find Yaki Williams on a run. That's why I'm going to say set him to get in behind. I don't usually set my strikers to get in behind. With Yaki Williams, you have to do that, or else you're not going to get as much use out of him, because when he's running forward, when he's running towards the back line, your opponent's back line, and sitting on that last man making the runs forward, that's when you're getting the most use out of him. Because when you send him on those through balls, like, even if it's a half-assed through ball, Yaki Williams will still get to it because he's big and he's quick and he feels like he has 99 pace. And when he's on the ball at his full stride, I swear to you, no defender is stopping him because he feels that strong in game. It's ridiculous. And I know the 2-star weak foot, right as you see that crazy finish, like, who has the right to score a goal like that? That finish is crazy. It's almost unrealistic, but he scores from those angles too. And look at this goal right here before I continue talking about him. Like, look at that. Just a perfect shot. You really cannot get more perfect than that. Top bins. What a fucking player. I honestly can't speak higher praises for a card than I've spoken about in Yaki Williams. This card is next level. The one damning thing about the card, as I spoke about before, is the weak foot, of course, but he has a 2-star weak foot. Okay, and while yes, it did instinctively cause me to try and get the ball into his right foot at all times, there were situations where I had to shoot on his left, and it still worked out. It still did work out. His left foot inside the box, at least, it's not a deal breaker. Although don't just take finesse shots and long shots with his left foot from outside the area. You're really not going to get any success. But inside the box, if you need to, his left foot can get it done for you. But it's all about that right foot. And I've got to say, if you like using the Burba spin, and Yaki Williams has the best Burba spin on this game because of how big he is and how much distance he covers with it, and he also does it so quick. you will absolutely burn your opponent's defenders with that Burger Spin. That's like the money move with this card here, and he's amazing. And this team overall is incredible. I would definitely say pick it up if you have the coins for it. I used it in Division Rivals, Division 3 I'm in right now, close to Division 2, and I also used it in Foot Champs for a bit before I was making my before I was able to make my real Foot Champs team. But this team honestly performed better for me in Foot Champs than my actual Foot Champions team that I made, which I already uploaded. So I mean, take with that as you will. This team is amazing. You need to pick it up for the coins. If you're sort of just sitting on your coins, waiting for prices to go down or waiting for prices to settle a little bit, this is the team you have to make. Around 20 to 25k you can get it for. It's an insane team. You have to get it. Anyway, thank you for watching and have a nice day.